You know how it is in our modern world, all the noise, the endless choices. It's so easy to feel a little lost. We're all kind of grappling with this feeling of being unrooted, like we're just adrift in a universe that doesn't always seem to make a whole lot of sense. I mean, really, think about it. Do you ever feel like you're just staring at a locked door? Maybe for you, it's a career path, or a relationship, or even just the door to your own inner peace. It can feel like the path forward is completely blocked, and you were never even given the key. Okay, so let's dive right into this feeling, because it's not just you. This is a shared experience of our time. You could almost call it the challenge of the lost human, trying to navigate a world that feels full of these locked doors. That's a heavy phrase, right? Ontological insecurity. But it's so perfect. It's not just about feeling unsafe, like physically. It's this deep, existential kind of anxiety. It's the feeling that we don't have a solid foundation to stand on. We feel disconnected, maybe a little lonely, and we're all searching for something that feels like real meaning. And in those quiet moments, when the noise finally fades, these are the questions that bubble up. Who am I really? Where do I fit in? And the big one, am I actually safe here? They're the most fundamental questions we can ask, and they just echo in that void. So the real question is, how on earth do we even start to answer them?
Well, what if this whole problem of locked doors had a solution? What if there was a single, profound key that was literally designed to open them? That's exactly what we're going to explore right now, the cosmic key.
Just imagine for a second a key that isn't made of metal but of words, a kind of spiritual password that's been passed down for centuries, created for the specific purpose of unlocking these feelings of loneliness, fear, and that sense of meaninglessness. This key is a phrase, Bismillah, Rahman and Rahim. In the Islamic tradition, this is called the Basmala. And it's so much more than just an invocation you say. It's a total reorientation of your entire worldview. It's a way of looking at everything and declaring right from the start, I'm not alone, my existence isn't random, I'm beginning this moment connected to the source of everything. So how does this key actually work? What gives it its power? Well, it all comes down to three core ideas. Three incredible ways of seeing the world that directly answer those deep, heavy questions we've all been asking. The first power of this key comes from the very first part, but-ism, which means with the name. Now, this isn't just a passive statement, it's an active attachment. It's a declaration of belonging. It's the ultimate answer to that ontological insecurity, that cosmic loneliness, because it stamps your very existence with a divine seal that says, you belong. You are part of something vast and meaningful. Okay, the second power is all about surrender. See, by starting every single action, big or small, with God's name, you are consciously letting go of your ego's frantic need to control every little outcome. It's like you're trading this exhausting burden, this chronic anxiety, for something the sources call Sekine, which is this incredibly deep inner tranquility that can only come from trusting a power greater than yourself. And the third power? Wow, this one completely reframes reality as we know it. The key ends with two names for God, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. And what this tells us is that the fundamental operating system of the entire universe isn't chaos, it's not indifference, it's mercy. It's a compassionate embrace. And that answers that terrifying question we all have deep down. Am I truly safe? And get this, just to show you how revolutionary this idea was at the time, there's this fascinating historical tidbit. When the early Muslims were trying to draw up a peace treaty, they included the name Ar-Rahman. But the pagan leaders of Mecca actually stopped them and said, hold on, we don't know this Rahman. Their gods were all about tribes and power and strength. This idea of a God whose defining characteristic was universal, all-encompassing mercy, it was completely new. It was a radical shift for humanity. So what's the difference between these two types of mercy, Rahman and Rahim? Well, think of it like this. Ar-Rahman is like a vast, limitless ocean of mercy. It's universal. It touches absolutely everything and everyone, believer, non-believer, every person, every animal, the whole of existence. Ar-Rahim, on the other hand, is like a river flowing directly from that ocean. It's a more specific, personal, and continuous stream of mercy that reaches those who actively try to connect with it. So understanding these powers is one thing, right? But internalizing them, well, that's where the real transformation begins. This isn't just an interesting idea. It's a practical journey to forging a completely new identity. And this journey unfolds in some really practical steps. It all kicks off with niyya, setting a clear intention. Then it moves to tawakkul, trusting and releasing that burden of control. From there, it's about rahma, starting to see the entire world through a lens of compassion. Then comes ihsan, striving for excellence in all you do as an offering. And finally, anamariam, the act of consciously repairing and rebuilding your true self around these core principles. So what does this new identity actually look like in the real world? Well, you shift from being an owner to a trustee leader, someone who manages what they have with incredible generosity because they know, deep down, it's not really theirs to begin with. You shift to Rahanic action, where your first question is never what's in it for me, but how can this action be a source of good in the world? And you have a solid start for everything, grounding every single thing you do, from a business meeting to dinner with your family, in that divine connection. So, after this quick tour through the power and the potential of this cosmic key, we've arrived at the most important part of this whole thing. The key is now in your hands. If you take one thing away from our time together, let it be this. Bismillah, Rahman and Rahim is not just a string of words you say. It's a conscious decision. It is you signing a new contract with reality itself, one that's based not on fear and chaos, but on belonging, trust, and infinite all-encompassing mercy. And that brings us to the final and really the most personal question of all. With this key now in your hand, I want you to think about your own life, about those doors that have felt stuck shut for so long. Which locked door will you open first?